a tabletop game from my friend Josh, who sometimes co-hosts with me, and it is self-published. So definitely indie as indie can be. Now the game, which I've just barely unboxed before we went live, is called Change My Mind. And Change My Mind is a new party game all about ranking the best and worst. How good are you at debating and persuasion? Use your voice to change the minds of players and have them second guess their rankings. With 150 cards that span across all themes, no topic is safe. The goal is to match your rankings with the ranker. If you get them all wrong, no worries, because you can try and change the mind of the ranker. The first to 5 cards is the winner. Change My Mind is for those who love shock value humor, love to debate topics, and love to have the last word. Now, up to 8 players can play, but I'm going to play with you guys. We're going to play with chat today. So here's the tokens it comes with. So you'd be able to take your tokens in the order you want and put them down in the table face down in the order you want, and then flip them over to show how you were ranking stuff. I'll read a card that looks like this. 8-bit is perfect for this stream. So you can see Mario, Donkey Kong, Sonic, Pikachu, and Pac-Man. Now I am going to rate which one or what order I would put them in. We'll say we go from best to worst, and then I'll tell you my rankings. And then you can argue to change my rankings if you want. So I said my favorite 8-bit character is Mario. And then I'm going to go with Pac-Man, is a classic. Then I went with Donkey Kong. Then I went with Pikachu. And the only reason I went with Sonic as last is because I'm like, Sonic was 16-bit. When was Sonic 8-bit? Yeah, with Sonic 8-bit, says lack of words. That's why I put Sonic last. Now, before you guys give yourself a nice pat on the back for guessing what I guessed, you can change my mind. Oh, Adam Vision says technically there's a Sonic on the Sega Master System. Although Junior Dax says Sonic was 8-bit via Game Gear and Master System 1 and 2. I believe you. I believe you and Adam. But that's why I put Sonic last. Okay, but so maybe Sonic deserves to go before that. Mayhap. I feel like Mario is the 8-bit character. The character that made 8-bit gaming. So I got to go with Mario on that. And then I put Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. Because I'm technically they were I feel like they were pre-8-bit. So then they shined. They got a little remaster, a little revision. Sandoichi put Mario last? Pac-Man made all games, says Painting Tentacle. And Makeshift Wing says Pikachu started on the Game Boy, though. While technically an 8-bit processor, it had 2-bit graphics. See, no, I thought that too. I didn't have a Game Boy, but I would still consider Pika in the 8-bit era. I know more about Pikachu now that my son's super into it, just saying. Fate Photo says Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Mario, Sonic, and Pika. How could you put Mario in the middle? All right, we're going to do another card. Spider-Man's greatest foes. Green Goblin, Venom, Kingpin, Doc Ock, and Kraven the Hunter. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Oh no, I hate having to list some of my favorites so far down. Highlander says DCBAE. Fate Photo says Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Kingpin, Kraven, Venom. Fate Photo, you're actually close to what I put. Opinion Ad says Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Kraven, Venom, Kingpin. My official answers are Green Goblin, then Doc Ock, then Venom, then Kingpin, then Kraven. Oh, because Kingpin's more of a Daredevil villain to you. Venom is now an anti-hero. Yeah. But Red Banshee says, no way, Venom is number 1 because he's the closest to Spider-Man. I put Green Goblin and Doc Ock at the top because they're both people that Spider-Man had some kind of relationship with at some time. Whether it's his best friend's dad or, the scientist that he looked up to and learned under. And so those hit in the heart spot. Now, some people will argue that Venom is too much of an anti-hero, but I put Venom in the 3rd spot because of because he's so close to Spider-Man. Opinion Ad says Venom and Spider-Man relationship is complicated. Venom is definitely more than a villain, for sure. Beard Toxic says regarding Green Goblin and Venom, +1 is a scientist and the other is something of a scientist. Middle of the pack Venom, that's what I did. I did middle of the pack Venom. Disney, rank 'em. The Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Hercules, and The Little Mermaid. Oh, man. These are all so tough. I feel like this is also dependent on when you were born. Maface says, so do we rank what you think? You can play it either way. You can play, if we were playing for points, as a party game, you would be trying to guess what the person who drew the card and is declared the ranker for the round thinks. But since we're playing so many people in chat, you can just put what you think and then we'll all debate it afterwards. Oh, I see a lot of you are putting in different things than me already. The BADCE from Rob, that's Aladdin, Lion King, Hercules, Beauty and the Beast, you put the Little Mermaid last? Kamala's put the Little Mermaid last too. I put Hercules last, and I love Hercules, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Hercules is being thrown in with like the golden age of Disney in this card, right? So for me, I put the Little Mermaid first. I love the Little Mermaid. I think it's such a fun story, and the music's so good, and the voice acting's so good. And then I followed it up with Aladdin. I think it's a really fun tale, and I like that in Aladdin, Jasmine's got some sass. She can take care of herself. Aladdin's so good. Then I put the Lion King, so we're going to talk about music. Like Red Banshee says Lion King will always be number one. Jason says Hercules sucks in comparison to the others. I mean, I love Hercules, Jason. I love Hercules. However, in comparison to the rest of the Golden Age, that was a tough match for poor Hercules. Lion King, the music is so epic and so good. That's gonna come up there. And then Beauty and the Beast did so much in terms of animation. It was like so groundbreaking for animation at the time. Derbs says DABCE, Hercules, Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and the Little Mermaid last for a lot of you. Wow. You're doing Hades dirty. He was awesome. Oh, here's one we're all gonna fight over. You ready? Star Wars. We're ranking Star Wars. There are going to be some opinions in this chat today. Opinions, my friends. Painting says they don't even have the good ones on the card. Well, because they probably know that it would dominate. They know, because they're trying to get you to have a conversation with your friendos. Stardrew says B or C, dead last. I feel like a lot of people would put D last. Yeah, like Highlander says AC, B, D. But I have to say, and I'm gonna get some smack for this online. Recently rewatched The Phantom Menace with Logan because we're doing machete order for Logan. And can I tell you how excited he was to see young Anakin? And big fan of Jar Jar, loved the pod racing. So it's very funny because when I watch things through my little dude's eyes, I'm like, all right, I see it. You know? And so it was fun to see him enjoy it so much. That's what I will say. Sandoichi says, I enjoyed The Phantom Menace. I'm getting some sus from the lack of words. Makeshift says, don't say it. Don't say Jar Jar. But for the kids. Thoried says, I'm confused. There are only 6 Star Wars movies. Dun-dun-dun. Adam Vision says, Rogue One is my favorite. That's true. Rogue One is not on this card. I would also vote Rogue One. So funny. Pecos Kill says, I was the right age when Phantom Menace came out and I fell in love with Star Wars because of it. Oh, I love that. Ride a magical creature. Best to worst. I would have to go dragon as best. Although, centaur, hippogriff, unicorn all make a strong call as well. I don't know that I want to ride an ogre. I mean, dragons probably aren't comfy, but so powerful. A lot of us are ranking poor ogre last, but at least we're in agreement on that. The Grez puts a unicorn last. That's all right. Your 7-year-old, Jason, chose E, B, D, A, and C. Chose unicorn first. Then dragon. Dante says, this game would make me dislike my friends. I mean, it is a game about how persuasive you are. I feel like that was so lovely. I know it said like shock value humor, but all the cards we played with were very, very family friendly. Josh says, I put all the safe family friendly cards on top for you. I appreciate that, Josh. Thank you. I'll go to the bottom of the box, see if we can find something that's a bit more scandalous. Oh, yes, there are some scandalous ones. There's some political ones. There is one asking to rate your favorite position whilst having sexy time. That's a thing. Oh, there's another. Wow, we are kind of in a Loodle territory. Thank you for putting the family-friendly one on top. Astronomical fart. Geeky Chappy said, I assumed it was a family game. Who you would share your browser history with. Which political figures you'd like to slap. Pretty funny. It does get more adult, but there are family-friendly cards depending who you're playing with. I like that you have the option to tailor it to your audience. This has been Change My Mind, the new tabletop game that's going to be kickstarting soon from friend of the channel, Josh. Now, again, Josh, if you ever watch my streams over on Amazon Live, you may have seen Josh co-hosting with me. He's a wonderful human, and I'm so proud of you for launching and self-publishing your own tabletop game. I've got a lot of friends in the tabletop gaming space. I know it is not easy to do that, so super congrats. And again, folks, if you want to check out the Kickstarter for it, put it on like a watch list or something like that, I'm linking it again in chat right now. Cat Stash!